You're listening to Empire of Rust, the world's first and only Transformers RPG podcast. Join the heroes of Iacon as they defend Cybertronian civilization from the remnants of Cybertron First to Lord Starscream's egotistical leadership, and beyond to the unknown threats on the other side of distant stars.
Welcome back to Empire of Rust, the one and only Transformers RPG podcast. We got a special request and a special birthday wishes to one of our contestants. Pat.
I don't know, I'm starting to feel like a loser, so I guess, yeah.
Well, contestant implies that there's a chance we could win. I'm not feeling that.
Well, we got a special birthday wish for Pat. Pat, tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday, bud.
Thanks, man.
Happy birthday.
What do you want for your birthday?
Don't say it.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, honestly.
What if I could get you one of your old characters back?
What do you mean?
One of the old characters you used to play. You know, back in the day, like years ago, whatever.
Geez, like any of them?
Yeah. I mean, you've been gaming for quite a while. You must have a huge list of characters you've played that you love that I can bring into this game for you.
Oh, well, this one I don't think would be a very good idea. But, I mean, there's definitely old characters that I wish I could play again. That's for sure.
I think I know which ones you're thinking of, Pat. And either we would die or he would die. But probably us. Until we gain a few levels, at least.
Go on.
I mean, one of like the early games that I played in college under Matt here, like I would have loved to, you know, I could have played Salthus for the next like 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great one.
Old school fighter mage.
Rogue
Rogue
mage.
Rogue,
It was
okay.
Backstabbing.
Okay, yeah. Jeez. I was thinking of someone else, yeah.
I mean, that was a fun one. I played one under, there was a guy, I played a gnomish artificer named Kem Daffo. That was pretty amazing. That was a class I finally broke the system with that class. Like it's a really, really broken one, which is pretty great.
You say finally, but let's be honest here. You've done that with a lot of systems I've played with.
Absolutely. But I mean, this one, like, I didn't, like, break it. Like, I spanked it and then, like, let it around in public with a collar on it. I mean, it was bad, you know.
That doesn't seem like you at all.
Go on. No, I mean, there's like a lot of stuff. Kumifi, I thought, was a really fun character. I only got to play the beginning of her, but at the stage that she was at, she was like, oh, I wanted to do impossible things. Mm-hmm. You know, things that you would never normally say. Like, you know, it's like, oh, what did you do? Oh, I stole a dragon's treasure out from it while it was sleeping. You know?
Kumifi could do that.
Was that the Reign of Fire?
Yeah.
Or something Fire? That
Legacy
was
of Fire.
Legacy of Fire.
Legacy of Fire, yeah. I mean, the Sassorine Marine Corps stuff, like that, like any of those characters were awesome. You know, Ungdaho and Arteos and
that was very much
Banderley Bookman. They were all like really great characters.
That's a great name, Banderley Bookman.
Yeah,
I forgot about him.
Halfling. He was he had the highest sneak attack damage I'd ever done. Like he was just like, I remember it was just like I would just leap at a thing and just be like, bones, and like I appear off screen and be like, oh, next thing, go, you know, like what the hell is happening? It's like, oh,
reminds me of that dude from Giant in the Playground, Melkar.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was kind of spiritually, you know, connected.
See, for me, it's actually a little bit of an easier question because, like, there's only one character that I really like played to completion, or at least to completion of the story, and that was actually the Legacy of Fire campaign that we just mentioned. Kumifi was in that one, and Mike over there was running it for us, and I played a sorcerer named Jamari. And yeah, I mean, it was a it was a fun time as all hell.
The infamous Pitomancer.
Yeah, the Pitmaster.
See, that's one of the reasons I love that character so much, and I would love to bring that character back because like the character evolved over time. Like I started to use, like when I started getting spells, I just started like throwing pits, pit, bottomless pit, hungry pit, constricting pit,
So many
things.
And then,
so many pits.
And then you reached the point where things could fly regularly, and you were like nerfed.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly it. And I had to figure out a different way of approaching it because the pits were useless.
Yeah.
And it was sad too, because like there was like I had just reached like the point where I could make a pit and then put an illusion over it, and no one would have any idea there's a pit there. And then someone walked over it and then just floated. It's like, son of a bitch, son of a bitch.
That's why you get to spell magic. So you're like, boom, your fly spell. Ah!
You need an anti-magic pit.
But the thing is, like that evolution forced me to rely more on the familiar I had. I had a little tiny owl familiar, and I used it to deliver touch spells, and like I used the owl to deliver things like Force Punch.
That was the real character that we all recognized.
Yeah, we sort of assumed that the wizard itself was the familiar. Yeah, the owl
Was the owl's familiar.
Didn't you like die once and like jump into your familiar and then kept yourself alive long enough to like resurrect your body so that you didn't die?
That's all Mike, but yep, I did.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah,
was
that
fun.
little tiny owl using Force Punch. It's like that from that movie where the guy punched the hole right through his chest.
Kung Pao. Yeah.
Imagine like a tiny owl just like charging straight at you and doing like 10d4 damage. Just boom.
Basically, it's a small, white, fluffy version of Wild Strike.
Do you remember?
Strike.
Did you guys ever see the story of Ricky? It was
yes.
It was you know, it's just like he would just like people would just blow apart, and you're like, okay, yeah, there you go. Or at the intro to The Witcher 3, when Geralt is tracking Yennefer, and like her familiar like flies at this guy and like burrows into its face and then just like blows out the back of his head, and you were like, ah, God, that was horrifying.
Speaking of Wild Strike, what characters would you maybe bring back for another round there, Mike?
I have so many characters I don't even know. I've played a lot of games. I would say maybe Dr. Salat, because that was the character that was the most completely opposite of everything.
He was a pleasure to have around. I'll tell you that. At least for a DM. Can you turn off that volcano? Yes.
He thought he could do everything.
I've never seen anyone else win an argument with a door. You know?
Yeah. That was probably the highlight of it.
Dr. Salat's big thing was he couldn't say no. He always had to say yes to every question that was posed to him.
No, he honestly thought yes was the right answer, because given time and research and money or whatever, he could do whatever he was
never
asked
a liar.
about.
Yeah. The power of yet.
Can you do this? Of course I can. Can you do it now? Well, no, but...
His greatest power was the power of yet.
I turned many of Matt's encounters around into non-combat.
Yeah. Although I did get to turn you into a giant bug zapper.
That's true.
A lot of the adventure was just you and me
Yeah.
against the world.
And Adam was crazy enough to let Dr. Salat lead.
My character was just subservient.
That's a bit of an understatement. You could taste time. Yeah.
What about you, Adam? Who would you pick?
Omni is pretty cool. He was the one that paired off with Dr. Salat. But
just so people know, the Omni and Dr. Salat were in a Mutants and Masterminds game, in case you need some context.
yeah.
So
Superheroes.
Superheroes.
Yeah, and Omni's superpowers were just heightened senses, like crazy beyond belief heightened senses. Like Pat said, yes, he could taste time, and it tasted a little bit like black licorice. I got to be honest.
You were like a synesthete, right?
Yeah, it was sensate.
No,
No, he's not a sensate. He wasn't. He just took the sensory powers and like cranked them pretty high. You know.
Yep. Took all my power points and put them into that. Because some of the powers were expensive when you're like doling out the PowerPoints there. But the sensory ones were pretty cheap, so I figured I could crank them all up to 11. 100. 1,000.
Yeah, that definitely makes some unique challenges as a DM. I'll tell you that when his perception roll is like in the 50s.
Well, I mean, you could hear things like from like 10 miles away. You could see things like 100 miles away. You could taste things from like across the room. You could track people by scent. Like, you know what I mean? It was like,
I could hear radio waves.
Yes.
That's how crazy it was.
Yeah.
I could see someone flipping me off on the moon. And there was someone on the moon flipping me off.
And then by purely by a badly worded wish, he started being able to see ghosts. It's not intentional.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Matt? Character that you want to bring back?
I mean, like the one I really enjoyed playing, Plonk, who was one of the few that I actually played to the end of adventure in Adam's game. He was
Wizard?
A gnome wizard. He could do sorcerer stuff and wizard stuff. He was at prestige class, and he was complicated.
Plonk was a fun character.
His big thing was basically modifying magic on the fly and see what the hell happened, So I got some of my teammates addicted to a spell that boosted their strength. So it was like magic roids, So, but he was fun. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting because he got to the end of his adventure and definitely moved on to something else. But Havoc was fun just from just the fact that he was really tough. He was basically a warforged. It's like a 6'7" adamantine warforged fighter.
Yeah.
And of course,
I remember the mission that he went on with Lorchester in that game, where they had to travel to hell.
Yes.
And Lorchester was all business as far as leaders go. He was all about getting the mission done and not straying off task, no matter what it took. And so when it came down to like torturing I think it was a devil,
you were gonna kill an
demon.
undead thing for just being undead. I think it was, right?
Yeah. Just getting information. Once we got the information, I was like, well, we can't leave any loose ends. This guy can't be expected to keep a secret. Obviously, he couldn't keep one from us. So we're going to do him in, and then we'll be on our way. And you were like, well, he hasn't done anything. And you said you were going to let him go if he answered all of our questions. He goes, yeah, but I was lying to him. Well, that doesn't make any sense. You're not supposed to lie. And then your character was in this big conundrum.
Yeah.
About whether or not he could actually follow my orders anymore.
Yeah, and he was technically lawful neutral, although he drifted into lawful good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's like really the Tin Man in a lot of ways, with more conscience than a lot of our party members, I'll say.
Oh, yeah. Lorchester was a lot of fun to play, except for when Rob was running, because he just took full advantage of his character just messing with mine, being so straight-laced. Monty was a lot of fun.
Monty was always fun.
He was the guy. You guys told me that I was playing him a lot like Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, but at that point, I hadn't even seen the show, which was funny. Because after I watched it, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I was playing him.
Was he the one who didn't like conjuration magic?
Yep. He was completely against it. And he found ways around using other types of magic
transmuter
to compensate for that. Yep.
And you had no ranks in spellcraft, and then you just lied about stuff.
He was a compulsive liar, too. I mean,
yeah, it was very convincing. I remember when you played...
I would sprinkle like 20% of the stuff I would lie about was completely on the nose metagaming, just so that he would seem smart enough to be believable.
All right, so we got Jamari, we got Plonk, we got Dr. Salat, we got Omni, and Pat, who are you going to pick on this one?
Probably Kumifi.
Kumifi, all right. So if we took all of those characters and mushed them together into one character, we'd get something very much like what you guys are fighting right now.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, it's like, please don't say that.
That is so scary on so many levels.
Yeah, just
Oh my God.
knowing what even some of those characters can do.
Yeah. My God, we are all doomed.
All right, guess what time it is? It is initiative time.
These aren't friendly? I'm not hearing a no.
Quick, universal greeting.
Weep, grana, weep, ninny bond.
Mike, we're going to start with you. What's your initiative? What's Wild Strike's initiative?
Which one?
The one you're controlling.
That would be a 12.
Saw that coming.
And Carapace, how about yourself?
Also a 12.
Who's got the higher dex on this one?
Mine is a 22.
Mine is
I love
well.
how you guys have a tiebreaker, but it's still the same.
It's literally 12.06. Like, I've never seen that happen before. I mean, there's an order there. I'd say you go first, just because,
He's the first in line.
Yep,
it's all
that's
about
Yeah,
true.
that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. And Magnum, how about yourself?
6.
All right, 6. And Denizen.
That would be Pythagorean. Back there. And I got a 3. Basically a 3.
And who is on top of Legionnaire today?
That would be me.
Oh, it's a Mike-heavy episode today.
Apparently.
And what Legionnaire get?
Oh, Legionnaire got 14.
14. All right. Good. And my guy, we'll call him Wildbiner, got a 15. Well, it was that or a combo strike, so...
What about Mini Con-Com?
Nah. Hard pass.
Just shot me down. Well, the joke's on you. I don't even fly.
So that's no problem then. All right, good. All right, let's start us off. So Wildbiner's going first. And Wild Strike, I need you to make a will save.
Will save.
Uh-huh.
Oh, an 18.
18. You hear the chanting in your head, and the Combiner reaches an arm forward. Actually, reaches both arms forward, attempting to kind of wrap its hands around you. And you know that it wants you to become a part of it. It wants you to join the Combiner, join the Wildbiner. But you know what's going on. You shake that off. You pull your body back, and the Wildbiner looks very mad that you did that. It will attempt to. You know what? It's going to attempt to hurl you. It's going to attempt to pick you up and chuck you. That's what it's going to do.
Alrighty.
All right. Here we go. Come on, roll high. Nat 1.
Way to start.
Okay.
It's a good way to start.
Fuck me. The Combiner reaches down, tries to get a hold of you, and you just nimbly jump right over its slow hands as it tries to grab a hold of you. It just combined. I mean, come on, be serious here. Give the guy a break. Well, he actually does have a couple more actions he can take, but that counts as his attack for the round. He is going to move. Oh, yeah, he's going to move back a bit, and he is going to form a weapon out of all of the pieces of himself. He can't fire it because he already did his attack this turn, but now he's got a weapon ready to go. Legionnaire, you're up.
What kind of weapon?
It's like a long arm of some kind.
Okay. Legionnaire is going to move into the room and step to the side there and fire his new blaze rifle.
You.
And also roll a 1.
It's a new weapon. He's got the business end pointed in the wrong way, you know? He's shooting into the wall. What'd you expect?
Sorry, backwards.
Sorry, Pilgrim, the gun was the wrong way. Alright. This comedy of errors is going to continue with Wild Strike. With a real Wild Strike. please stand up.
Well, I'm going to move forward and take a shot. So I'm adjacent to him now. I don't provoke when attacking. 33 to hit.
33 to hit is going to be more than enough to hit this guy. He's pretty big, you know? Remember when you guys all combined together, your AC actually dropped a little bit? Because you're...
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 29 damage.
Nice.
Ooh, 29. All right. Cool. Carapace, you are behind Wild Strike next to Legionnaire, just in the room, and yeah, what you gonna do?
So the little pods or the tables that they were on, is there enough space for me? Like, do they take up the whole spot? Like, specifically this square?
They are about waist height for a medium transformer. So we'll say that if you can do an acrobatics check to get on the space, then I have no problem with you standing on it.
Okay. So I ran south around Wild Strike and then around Wild Strike and ended up on the far side of Wild Strike. Flanking with Wild Strike.
Oh, that definitely clears things up. I was a little concerned for a second
actually,
there.
he's flanking Wild Strike with Wild Strike.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry.
But that does provoke an attack of opportunity.
From Wild Strike and Wild Strike.
Alright, he will take his attack of opportunity, but he rolls pretty shitty, and I think a 20 is not going to do it for you.
That is correct.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. So, question. This is more of a culture thing. How connected or interconnected are these mini cons? Like, could I disarm them and actually, like, remove an arm? Or is this thing considered, like, a unique creature? Like, is it considered one target or 5?
If you want to try and disarm an arm, we can go ahead and roll that up. Disarm combat maneuver?
Seems named perfectly for it.
Yeah. In this case. Let me try that. So, fun thing. I have because I'm a soldier now, I took Stalwart, which gives me +2 on all combat maneuvers. And as a brawler, I also have +1 on combat maneuvers, so I have a net +3. But
Not bad.
because I have that synergy, in addition, once per day, I get to have advantage on a combat maneuver.
Oh,
So-
an advantage is you roll twice and take the better result.
Correct. So the way I envisioned it is, like, because of how large... Actually, technically, we're probably even the same size, but whatever. I will, like, kind of, like, climb up his body, grab hold of his arm, placing my legs on his torso, and just wrenching clean off. Okay.
You got an extra +3 and you got 2 shots at it, so let's do it.
Okay. This is a law of averages. I rolled a 1 and a natural 20.
Wow.
This is crazy. Yeah.
This is a very polarizing episode,
Yes,
isn't it?
that was a good time to use that. So that is a... Let's see. So it's 10 plus 3. 34.
Which beats its CMD. Not by a lot, but it does beat it.
I totally expect that's
You-
awesome.
You grab onto the arm and pull one of the arms off, and you are now holding a small version of Wild Strike in your hands.
Oh, look at the little baby. That would be my turn. Thank you.
That was a good turn.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a perfect use of that.
All right, Magnum, you are up. You hear the sound of a tiny Wild Strike being removed from 4 other tiny Wild Strikes.
I have something very, very unique. All right, he's going to run into the room right behind Wild Strike, and he's going to see Wild Strike. It's like, my holy double giant vision, man.
So you ran up behind Wildstrike, you see Wildstrike, and you see Carapace holding
Yeah.
Wildstrike.
Yeah.
I'm seeing quintuple, man. Bad trip.
Hit the
Bad
big one.
trip.
Hit the big one.
Okay, you got it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Kill Wildstrike!
Sure?
Kill Wildstrike!
Sure, I really like Wildstrike. I don't really want to shoot him. He's ripped off his arm, so I think the intentions are clear here. He's going to transform.
Yeah, there's no going
and
back.
put up his force field. So yes, he's right next. His force field will apply to right now where he's at is going to be a Legionnaire and Wildstrike Mark 1.
And what's that do again?
Gives you blah 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 blah. Gives you DR and ER. DR 4 anything and resist 5 all.
Wow.
Anything within 5 feet of it. But he's going to transform into Pythagoras. Is going to jump up from top. He is going to fire his disaggregator gun at big ol' Wildstrike.
What?
Fortitude save negates. I don't think it needs attack roll since there's a save. But he needs to make a fortitude save or decombine.
What?
That's awesome.
When did you pick up that ability? Is that last level?
He's got some abilities he has never used so far. It's like it's still surprises. Scientist is a really fun class when you start digging into it.
That's awesome.
Works on load bearers too.
Really?
Makes it detach.
FYI.
Yeah. No, that's insane.
Fortitude save DC 17.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, but I rolled a 19, so
all right.
more than that,
Do it
unfortunately.
again next time. Close there, close.
Anything else from Magnurus?
Damn it. He will do an assist for. I don't know. We'll do an assist for Wildstrike.
A wild assist?
Wild assist. So +2 Wildstrike. Your next attack.
Okay.
Not that wild.
Thank you.
Wait, which one just answered me?
Denizen, you are up next.
Right, of course I am.
Of course you are.
Let's see what we have here.
What you got?
This seems terrible in all kinds of ways. Take a quick look around, see what's going on, and I figure that the big Est Wildstrike is the enemy here. So I'll, since I really can't reach it physically, I'll move to this spot just inside the door of the room, and I'll cast a power at it.
Where you can move through friendly squares. If you need to.
I can, but I don't have the movement to get there
affect
and affect it physically. So I can only get as far as here and still have an action. So the action is going to have to be a command spell, or power as it is. The command power isn't like the command spell in other games. You've given me 4 choices here. Approach, drop, fall, flee, and that's it. So I will choose...
You were breaking 4 there.
Yeah, I'm going to choose fall. I'll give it the command to fall. If it fails its save, the target will fall to the ground and remains prone for 1 round. It can otherwise act normally. So, yeah, look it square in its eyes and say fall. The DC is going to be will 17.
I got a 22 on my will save.
So it's got a good fort save and a good will save.
No, I rolled high on that one.
Well, that's all I've got.
That's all you got? Anything else happens on a failed save?
No, it just it's negated if it saves.
Okay.
And that's one of my first level powers gone for the day.
Which means we are back up to the top of the round. This is round 2. Round 2. For all of you following along at home, which is every single one of you. Wildbiner is not on the ground, but he is missing an arm, which he does not like. I think what's going to have to happen is Wildbiner is going to have to take a He's going to take a shot at Carapace, I think.
And you said that he does not provoke?
He does not provoke attacks of opportunity when he shoots, just like the original. Just like classic Wild Strike.
Classic is better.
Alright, let's go ahead and take a shot. Let's do this. Ooh, not great. Not great. Not great. 24. 25. I'm sorry, 25.
That is not that is not enough to hit me.
Yeah, I figured. It seems that whenever I do my saves, I can roll high. Whenever I do my attacks, I roll shitty.
And you said he does not provoke attacks of opportunity, is that correct?
He did not provoke. He is going to move this way a little bit, move to the east.
That will provoke.
Yes, the movement will provoke.
Okay, what is the damage of a Minicon Wild Strike?
You gonna swing an arm, huh?
Yeah! Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!
We'll do, you know what, we'll do base melee, and I'll give you an additional 2d6 on top of that.
Okay. 16 on the die. So that is not a 30. What's my melee attacks? 11. So that's a 27.
That's going to be a hit.
Okay. And it's what? You said 2d6 plus strength, kind of?
Yeah, whatever your standard melee damage is going to be. So...
Oh, so like it's like me hitting them?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's actually quite useful.
You're getting a little bit extra damage because of all of Wild Strike's spiky bits.
Okay. So that is 1d3. Okay, so that's 1. Plus 18. So that's 19. Plus 2d6 is plus 11. So that's an even 30.
Even 30. All right.
That's awesome. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
And Wild Strike took a swing with his tactical meteor glaive. 28 to hit.
So that is going to be a hit.
And 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
It doesn't do a lot with melee weapons.
That's understandable. Both of you notice that as you are striking this thing, as you're striking Wild Strike, not all the damage is getting through.
DR or?
That's what it looks like, yep. Okay, so that was an attack and a move from Wildbiner. Man, that save on the first turn, that really helped you out. It really did.
Yeah, I'm grateful that you did that. Fighting a combined version of you where we also can't kill you, that would have been a nightmare.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
At least you don't have a long running space.
How tall is this place?
Oh, yeah.
We're actually at the bottom of a missile silo. No!
So, alright, I think the last thing that Wildbiner is going to do here is he is going to try and knock you all down. He is going to sweep the leg, which means Wild Strike, Magnum, Denizen, and Legionnaire all need a reflex save.
I don't have legs, man.
Hey. Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. Put him in a body bag!
Let's start off with Denizen.
Why? Why do you have to start off with me? Did you see my roll? Clearly it did. My roll was a whopping 13 for my reflex save.
All right.
Unfortunately, I am in bot mode, so I only have the 2 legs.
Mm-hmm.
Not the 4.
And next up, Magnum. You got a 4.
Don't have legs, though.
Wild Strike.
Yeah, can a building be...
I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there, don't worry. Wild Strike.
Wild Strike at a 19.
19, and Legionnaire.
Legionnaire got a 17.
Out of 17. Alright, Wild Strike and Legionnaire. Both of you pass with no problems.
Mm-hmm.
Denizen, you fail. You fall prone. I am sorry to say.
Uh-huh.
Magnum, you technically fail, but you can't fall because you're in a building. What are you gonna do? You're gonna fall over?
Not going to make much difference. I am...
So this is the advantage and disadvantage to being a building. You fail all your saves, but sometimes it's not so bad.
Doesn't really matter. No prone.
And the last thing that Wildbiner is going to do is the one that you're holding, Carapace. He's going to attempt to transform and fight you. How do I want to handle this? I think I'll give you another grapple. I'll give you a grapple check. If you pass it, you can hang on to him. He's still going to transform, but otherwise he will manage to transform and slip from your fingers.
Okay.
Oh! How did I miss it? Jeez, I missed the table twice. Jesus Christ.
Natural 1.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
God, so
There's
many...
a lot of ones in this battle.
Wow, this is...
Both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, he transforms and he slips from your grasp. And that is his turn. Legionnaire.
Okay. He's going to use Covered Ally on Denizen because she's next to him. And he's going to fire at the big one. 19 to hit.
19 is a hit on the bigger Wild Strike.
And that would be 16 fire damage. That would also provoke because he's adjacent to him.
He is. Alright, so that is 16 fire damage. I'll go ahead and mark that off for you. Okay. And Wildbiner is going to take an attack of opportunity. And hopefully he gets more than, more than single digits this time. That'd be nice. Still a shitty roll, but my highest roll yet. That is going to be a 29.
That will hit.
Ooh, my first hit of the night. First catch of the day.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Or in reference to this game, The Wild Strikes Back a few episodes ago. The Wild Strikes Back.
That was good.
Yes, he does.
That was good.
20 damage to Legionnaire.
20. And this is physical damage?
No, actually, this is going to be sonic damage. It looks like as he switches up his weapon, he's actually getting different damage types on.
What kind of weapon does he have?
Right now he has a sonic long arm.
You can't do attacks of opportunity with ranged weapons.
What?
Huh.
What?
Huh.
What?
Not unless you have Snapshot.
Can't
Yeah.
Wild Strike? No, he can't, because he's not Carapace. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I have to take that back then and do melee instead, which means it's going to be a little bit less. So instead of the 29, it is instead going to be a 26.
That will still hit.
Does
That'll still hit.
anyone else hear a bell going off? Because Michael just got schooled.
Honestly, I'm glad you reminded me, because his melee damage is so much worse.
Is it?
Why am I shooting at you guys? I should just fucking do this all the time.
Yeah, that's the way we felt the first time we punched as
Yeah.
as Alloy. Like, oh my god.
40 bludgeoning damage.
40. Okay. So I'm going to take 4 off of that from the force field.
Wow.
Okay.
Maybe I should read my damage more often. Son of a bitch.
Okay.
That
That was
was
Legionnaire's turn.
Legionnaire took that damage.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Is he still up?
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
Well, he's a bodyguard. If he can't take a hit, I don't know who can, right?
Right. Plus that used up the attack of opportunity. So
Yay.
people
Sure.
can move now, hopefully.
Yay.
All right, Wild Strike.
Do we think we need to get bigger here?
I don't think we can.
Yeah, without Sweet Spot, I don't think we can.
I'm going to use my Marksmith 1 ability to give myself extra damage. 28 to hit
28 is gonna be a hit.
and 22 damage.
22 damage.
Wow.
All right.
4 on 3d6. That's unfortunate.
That's terrible. 2 1s.
Yeah.
So many ones.
No, this has been...
I should call this episode The Wild One.
What a wild one.
It's actually really clever. Okay. Then Carapace. You got a little guy in front of you.
Okay, so is there, like, so these, like, little table things, are they, like, glass domes or something? Like, is there something I could put them in, or is this just, like, a straight up, like, just a table?
It's effectively like an operating table that has, like, an energon line kind of feeding into it.
Okay, so it's not like
yeah, it's not like a stasis pod or anything like that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to take this little guy out, because that way it's like a... He's part of his hit point total, you know? And he's considerably weaker. I don't want him jumping back in. I'm going to... shoot this mofo.
Shoot him.
Shoot him. Shoot him good. I'm going to try my yellow star plasma array. So I'm going to do multi-shot.
Multi-shot.
Multi-shot. Okay, so I have a, let's see. So I have a 15 to hit.
A 15 is not going to be a hit.
Okay.
Ooh.
How about a 20?
A 20, however, will be a hit.
Okay.
Yes.
Then, so we'll play 25 then. Okay. Awesome. So let's do, these are D10s. Yes.
Yes.
Wow. 4 9s.
Wow.
Jesus. Yeah. Jesus, this is a weird day. Okay, so that's 4 times 9 is 36 plus twice 7. So that's an even 50.
Even 50.
Electricity and fire.
Nice.
It is, well, he's still up, but God, he has barely held on.
Good.
You took him from, like, full hit points, or effectively full hit points, down to almost nothing in that one hit.
Well, I mean, that was 2 hits, technically.
Or 2 hits.
Yeah.
Same attack.
Right.
I'll put it that
Yeah.
way. All right, Magnum. You got a big wild strike next to you, a medium wild strike next to you, and a small wild strike a little ways away.
Are they gonna like open up and turn into Matroska dolls or something?
Yeah, no.
That would really hurt.
Oh no! What
Stuffing.
if the combiner we're in is actually the biggest wild strike?
We have to turn it on now. There's no question. It's happening.
All right, I will hit him with the disaggregator gun, and then again, he needs to make another fortitude save.
All right. Fortitude's his best one.
DC is 17.
100. 1,700.
1,000.
Ish.
I got myself a 23. It was kind of an iffy roll, though.
So close.
I mean, I can lower his armor class instead, guys, if you want, but it just does work.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Rule of cool, man.
You only need one, man. Yeah, I don't know if I can. Magnum's gonna do a ranged assist to both Wild Strike and Legionnaire. In this case, I'm gonna give you both two of your armor class.
Oh, okay.
Carapace, you're still wielding a wild strike, yeah?
Technically not. I rolled a 1 on the chance to hold it, so it transformed. It's next to me, but it's very hurt.
Are you still doing a melee, or are you going?
So I have both. I have both, like, because I've got guns on me, so I can, like, that time I shot him, but I have ranged weapons in my hands now. If it tries to leave, I get the attack of opportunity.
You mean you have melee weapons in your hands?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's all I can do.
All right. Which means, Denizen, it is to you.
All right. Denizen will begin her movement, climb and claw over Magnum, leap on to Carapace, and then off of Carapace,
Wild Strike.
That's what I said. Wild
I was gonna
strike.
say, that's a
I'm like, how did you do that? I was like, I'm in the corner, man.
And then
kind of wacky powers do you have?
As stinky feet is what she has.
yeah, while she's going along to the south of the large enemy Wild Strike, she shall transform into the bear, end up over here, and she will be attacking. So, there we go. Now I'm in bear form, and I will attack with a flank here.
Yes.
With
nice.
with our friendly neighborhood Wild Strike. Alright, so that is actually going to be an 18 with the flank.
18 is actually not enough to hit this thing.
Oh,
Its AC is low, but not that low.
well, apparently everything is just out of the reach of my muzzle. So, yeah, that's all I've got there. There's the movement, transformation during the movement, and the biting. But I am not provoking, yeah, I'm threatening, so I do give our friendly neighborhood Wild Strike a bonus to his melee attacks as well.
I bet you do. So, Wildbiner over here, first thing he is gonna do, well, I think he realizes that he's better suited to actually dealing melee damage rather than shooting, unless... You know what? No, he's actually going to try giving something a shot again.
Concerned to get his arm back.
Oh, it's my arm now. It's mine.
My arm! It's not yours anymore.
And who is he going to attack? I don't think he'd attack Magnum, just simply because it's a building. Why would he attack a building? That makes no sense at all.
No sense.
Wait, no, that's very Wild Strike. He's fucked up more buildings.
An overwhelming urge to destroy it, and I'm completely for it.
Honestly, that makes perfect sense. Magnum, he's going to attack you.
I like this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
I'll roll up a new character.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, that was just too
No,
perfect.
it is. I have to agree. It's going to hurt, but I have to agree.
In a room full of bots, who does Wild Strike attack? The building, of course.
So this is likely going to be a hit. So I'm sure you have plenty of of DR and hardness and stuff coming off of
Plenty.
it. So
Define plenty.
plenty. Total is going to be a 34 to hit, and he is using his Mark's Mech ability.
Is it punch?
No, this is a shot.
Okay, yeah. No, you have to ask me if you hit me. I mean, you can go fuck off, you know? His AC is like 13, I think, in this form or something like that.
It's a miss. No, it's not.
Actually, it's probably, that might even be high.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that might be too high. Because you effectively have a 0 dexterity.
Yeah. His dexterity is,
You know.
so he loses his XD, normally AC 19, minus 5. It would be 14. His AC would be 14 as a building.
Okay, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think I'm going to stick to the actual melee attacks from now on, because even with the extra damage, it wasn't as good. It's going to be a total of 29 points of... I didn't change weapons, so this is going to be sonic damage as well. 29 points of sonic damage coming at you.
Alrighty.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll live forever. Carapace, in front of you, you notice that the little guy is going to take a guarded step back. Honestly, this might actually kill him too. He's going to take a guarded step back and going to then transform and shoot forward towards Wild Strike, attempting to charge or vehicle charge against him. Now, I think you actually get an attack of opportunity, not from the guarded step, but as the charge flies by.
Correct.
All right, so let's see if you can hit him.
So he's going to do
so
a
it's
vehicle
the-
charge and not attack a building? I mean, is he capable of doing that?
It's a good question. Wild Strike, I'm going to have you transform into a building, please.
Okay, so I reach out and try and smash him before he's doing that. So I rolled a 13 plus 11, so that's 24 to hit.
And that will hit.
Okay,
You're probably going to kill him before he even gets his launch off.
that would be amazing.
Oh, batter.
Swing, Bada. So I rolled a 1 on the damage, so that is 19.
And that's enough to kill that one. Shoots right by you.
I was going to say, so
boom.
all of the pieces do actually fly at Wild Strike, but at a different velocity. Oh my me! It's all over me! Ah!
Splattered my own guts.
You turned Wild Strike into a shotgun. So that was that one. The big one. You know what? The big one is actually going to try to sweep the leg again. So I need reflex saves from Legionnaire, Denizen, Wild Strike. And you know what, Magnum? Since you were fine last time, you can ignore it if you want. Let's start in reverse order this time. Wild Strike, what'd you get?
17.
That's a pass. That's right. Magnum, what'd you get?
2.
He trips you, but nothing happens. Legionnaire, what'd Legionnaire get?
Legionnaire got a 6.
So Legionnaire is now prone again. Legionnaire just can't stay on his feet, can he?
He wasn't prone last time.
Oh, that's right, he made it. Denizen was the one who...
Hey, and I'm in bear form. You big Wild Strike outer. I rolled a 20.
And you pass.
Hey, of course I passed.
So Legionnaire's on the ground, Magnum's on the ground. Wild Strike and Denizen are both fine. Although we can't tell the difference with Magnum.
The secret is he's actually upside down, and he's always been that way, but no one knows.
And the Wildbiner is going to back up a bit. And unfortunately, that is going to provoke from a whole number of people. Would that provoke from Legionnaire, even though he's prone?
No, he's got a ranged weapon.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, the Wildbiner is going to move a good 15 feet southwards to get out of that flanking position and protect himself a little bit.
Okay, so he actually, because I'm large, I actually do flank out one. I do threaten out one square, so he actually does leave the square that I threaten.
That's right, he does. So you can take your attack of opportunity. Wild Strike, you are wielding ranged, Magnum ranged. Denizen, I think you have a bite, though, that you can try.
Oh, yes, I do.
All right. Roll them up.
Right.
I'll take a bite out of Strike.
Carapace, why don't you lead us off, and then Denizen right afterwards.
So that is a 27 to hit.
That's a hit.
And I do, wow, this is interesting. So 2 7s and I add 7, so 21 electricity and fire.
Okay. 21.
777.
And Denizen.
I got a 25 to hit altogether with the flank.
That's a hit.
Oh, right.
That would be a solid bite of 16 points.
16 points. All right. You guys are just chipping away at this bad boy, aren't you?
Sure am.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 doesn't hit.
Okay, I didn't think so.
His AC isn't great, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, I figured.
All right, and I think the clones here are done, which means Legionnaire, up to you.
Legionnaire will stand up.
Ha-ha!
He will then fire his blaze rifle. 14.
Ooh, 14 is a miss.
That is it for Legionnaire.
All right. And classic OG Wild Strike.
I'm going to do a full attack on him.
Nice.
Ooh, full attack.
Ooh!
The first one is a natural 20.
Ooh, that's going to be a hit.
I love that.
Right,
I love that critical effect.
Yeah. So that's 41 damage from the first attack.
Boom. That's that hurts. That hurts a little bit, man. I mean, I thought you and I were friends.
I don't know what you're thinking, man.
And he strikes a vital organ. He needs to make a fortitude save.
Do I? What's my DC?
I don't know.
10 plus
You're
half.
probably going to make it.
10 plus half the item's level.
Oh, I don't know. That's not a good roll. I got a 16 for my save.
Yeah, if it's half the level plus 10, you'd make it. Barely, but you'd make it.
Barely.
Second attack
He gets another shot.
is a 26.
Yes, 26 is a hit.
And that is 20 damage.
Ooh, you're starting to look a little bit like Christmas.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Carapace, it is your turn.
I think it's just time to also take some shots. So I'm going to full attack. Okay, so these are at plus 10 each. Okay, so let's go low. I get a 13.
13's a miss.
24.
That's a hit.
And a 27.
Also a hit.
Yellow Star Plasma Ray. 42. Electricity and fire.
42? I thought we were friends.
Hey, we play rough.
Hugatron.
Hug it out, man. Magnum and Pythagoras. You gonna try the disaggregator gun one more time?
Well, in a sec, although I'm going to do something I should have done a couple of rounds ago. Just bring in my minion.
You have a minion?
What is that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Little security bot.
He has a minion.
And the drone will fire one attack at the thing. I don't remember. I don't know what his base attack is or the damage.
Plus 13. 1d4 plus 6. Electricity.
24 to hit. I think you probably might do it. And you said
That's a do
1d4
it.
plus 6.
Correct.
9 points of electricity damage.
Zappy.
And then Pythagoras will do another disaggregator. Fortitude save.
Out of the box. Alright. What's my DC again?
17.
17. Well, I rolled a 16.
Oh dear. More than enough there.
Awesome.
Or was that 16 before modifiers?
No, I'm sorry. My total is a 16.
all right.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
And he combines.
Nice.
Oh, man.
I just like the idea. It's a shame that's a gun ability. Like, I could just imagine, like, your little guy just, like, running up and just being like, and just, like, gut punching him and being like, whoa! And then just, like, the whole thing falling apart and just being like, what? Like, did you just chi block a combiner? Shit!
That's sort of a Galvatron moment there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pressure points and all.
Well, if he had to hit him, he would be completely safe because he never hit him.
Yeah.
All right, so you hit the Wildbiner with your disaggregator gun, fails the save, and he breaks apart into his remaining 4 component pieces, which all land in the spaces he used to be in. So now you have 4 little ones.
Or as I like to call them, bite size.
All right.
Speaking of which, Denizen, go ahead.
Hey, I'm not
Yay.
done. I have a turn.
Wait, never
Magnum
mind.
does a range
Never mind.
aid for Carapace and
Wait, steal my thunder magnum.
+2 to attack your next attack.
Nice.
I'm done now.
Are you sure you're done magnum?
Yes, but only until you decide what to do.
All right. Well, in that case, I think I will.
Yeah.
Wait another moment.
Well played, my friend. Well played.
Then don't call me the wise old owl eater for nothing.
They don't call you the wise old owl either at all.
What's an owl?
I don't think anyone calls you that.
Delicious if prepared right. Well then, I shall move to there and say, all right, which one of you is first? I think you'll do just fine. The one directly to the south of me here is going to be my target.
All right.
For my bite.
Do it.
And I'm not flanking anymore, but the 23 is the hit.
That's a hit.
With 21 points of damage.
And 21 is enough to kill it.
All right.
And I'll spit it at the other 3. Next.
Well, I got 3 little guys left, and it is my turn, which means... transform and charge. I have enough. There's enough movement to hit Legionnaire. 5, 10 to move at least 10, so I can hit Wild Strike with 1, and I don't actually. I can move back as my move, guarded step, and then charge with the 10 feet against Carapace.
I think all 3 of those actions provoke from Carapace, don't they?
1 provokes from Carapace. All 3 will provoke from Denizen. 2 will provoke from...
All of them.
No, 1 will provoke from Wild Strike.
2 will, because I have a reach weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But typically, we can only make 1 attack per round.
Yeah.
I actually could make 2, which is great.
I'm going to make my attack on the one that is going after Legionnaire because he already took a fairly sizable hit.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does not.
Okay, I figured as much. Yep. So one of mine is a miss, and then my second one is...
Which one are you doing? This is the one hitting or going after Wild Strike?
I was going for the one against Denizen, but I mean that was against Legionnaire. But if Denizen's got it, then that's fine. So yeah, that was against the one going after Wild Strike, and then the one going to hit me is that's probably not much better. Does a 19 hit?
Nope, it does not. Wild Strike, let's go ahead and take care of the ones that are going to be passing by you.
I was going to do the same one that Denizen goes after, but Denizen would get the attack first.
And my attack is a 16 on the one that was going after Legionnaire.
That is a
claw.
Miss.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
How about a 26?
That one will hit. Which one is this one? The one going after Legionnaire or you?
The one going after Legionnaire.
Okay.
And that would be a massive 4 damage.
Oh my.
Doesn't look like any of that went through.
This group is really altruistic when it comes down to it.
And you don't have another attack of opportunity to go for the one coming after you, right?
Just the one attack.
All right. Reflex saves. Now, if I remember right, the charge with reflex save is negate or half.
I think it negates if you make it.
Okay, I'm fine with that. So I need a reflex save from Legionnaire, from Wild Strike, and from Carapace.
Plus 8. I get a 6, so that is a 14.
That is not going to make it. Wild Strike.
Wild Strike got a 17, and Legionnaire got a 12.
Legionnaire did not make it, and wasn't the DC 19, if I recall correctly?
Level, yes, because they got a plus 2 because of the size.
Okay. So all of them are going to hit. And you said it was 2 dice less.
Right,
because
they're
size.
smaller, yep.
All right. So, Carapace, against you, 9 points of smashy damage.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Against Wild Strike, 6 points of smashy damage. And against Legionnaire, a whopping 7 points of smashy damage.
Magnum still has the force field up, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Did they destroy themselves in the process of that, or...?
Negative.
Okay, then my force field will finally activate, and I will reflect that back on him. So I think he gets a save, if I recall correctly.
Reflective
Force
damage.
save or reflex?
Reflex save for half damage, so that is against 10, so it's 13.
Either way, I rolled too low. I'm not going to clear 10, so
Okay.
it's not going to be halved.
Awesome. So
What's the damage?
So it will take up to 10 back. So if it did 9, so it does 9 damage.
It is still up, but that did a huge chunk of damage to it.
Awesome.
That is them. Legionnaire, it is to you. Got one in front of you.
Legionnaire is going to attack that one.
I have a gun that hits the entire room.
Yeah. When they were lined up in the corner before, I was like, oh, that would be so perfect.
Yeah.
That will provoke, but you get a 16.
16 is gonna miss.
Does flying Wild Strike have any way to attack someone who provokes?
That's a good call. I've never seen a jet make an attack of opportunity.
I mean, I know Wild Strike usually has something that he can do when he's in bot form. But...
Yeah, if he's in jet form, he wouldn't be able to. He'd have range weapons, but those wouldn't be able to make attacks.
Oh, right, because they haven't had a chance to transform yet. Okay, no, that's fine. So he cannot make an attack of opportunity against Legionnaire. I gotcha. All right. So that is Legionnaire. He misses, and Wild Strike. OG Wild.
All right, Wild Strike.
Wild Orange
is going to fire upon the one next to Legionnaire. A 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
22 damage.
And enough to kill it.
And then I will step down here as a guarded step.
Take a 5-foot, take a quick little step to the south. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
To flank with Denizen.
Carapace, you want to finish off the one next to you?
I would like that. I will take a shot. My yellow star plasma array. Ooh, I rolled a 19.
Just one off.
Okay. So
just one off.
First attack misses. Second attack, actually a little worse. It's unfortunate. And third attack, natural 20. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so roll that doubled out dice. So that's 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 14 is 38.
And more than enough to kill that one. Nicely done. And Magnum, you want to steal Denizen's kill from her?
Of course he does.
Yeah, except this is Pythagoras' minion.
Well, then it's all right.
And I don't know what its melee attack is.
Plus 10. 1d6 plus 7 bludgeoning.
11. No.
Oh.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Droid made a critical fumble.
I think at that point his weapon is just going to start failing on him.
Little foot that he kicks with.
Yep. Magnum Pythagoras, you can still do some stuff.
Pythagoras will fire some glass gas at this dude.
Disaggregate him?
No.
Disaggregate him, don't you?
You can do that further.
Maybe they are, maybe even littler, you know?
That would be insane.
Where does the Wild Strike end?
Would they become microcons?
Yeah.
And then nanocons, and then picocons?
So it gets a fortitude save for the damage. So it's DC 17.
Roll a 14. Or got a 14.
So he fails.
Reduces its AC by 2?
No, it reduces the saves versus the damage. The AC is going to go down by... The AC goes down by 7.
Holy shit.
God. Fuck.
And it takes 7 points of damage. So it's going to be low. The AC is
Okay.
going to be down for 4 rounds.
Wow.
I don't think it's
not
going to
gonna
last
that long. I'm telling you right now.
All right, Denizen, go ahead and do it.
I've been waiting for this. This is my full attack.
Oh, nice.
Now he's
Wild
nice
Strike,
and nice and crunchy.
Ooh.
All right, so the bite, I rolled a 20. That's 24. 26, actually, with the flank.
More than enough.
And the damage is going to be 13 and 22 altogether.
What's your total?
Total damage, 35.
And that's enough to kill the last one.
Nice.
And we'll see you guys next time.
But we won't see any more Wild Strikes, other than the one.
Just the favorite.
From the Secret Files of Teletran 1, Empire of Rust is written and GM'd by Michael Ordway. Headmaster Magnum and his partner Pythagoras are played by Matthew G. Denizen, the mysterious druid, is played by Adam H.U. The Decepticon warrior, Wild Strike, is played by Mike M. And Carapace, the beast soldier of primitive Eucharis, is played by Patrick Finn. Additional characters are played by Michael and Cassandra Ordway. Empire of Rust is supported by the humans and networks of planet Earth, whose online networks provide access to libraries of sound effects and music, such as Storyblocks, Zasplat, Blue Zone, and Dark Fantasy Studios. We are distributed by the Transmissions Podcast Network. Stay up to date with all the latest news and reviews in the world of the Transformers by going to transmissionspodcast.com or searching for the Transmissions in your podcast app of choice. You can communicate with the heroes of Iacon by joining us on the Transmissions Discord channel. There you can discuss episodes, talk to the cast, and download the rule set used in the Empire of Rust. Teletran 1, signing off.